is there, let's put on your wise visionary hat and ask, when you look to young folks, is there advice you can give to young people today, whether in high school or college, about career,
Mm.
about life? You've lived quite a nonlinear and fascinating life
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Is there advice you can give either on career or more generally on life?
Well, I would say what people often hear is that we're not actually here for that long a period of time, and so and the world is on fire, and whether humanity survives is not clear, and whether how many species are we going to kill before we figure out not to do that anymore. So I would advise you to really try to um, develop a combination of what do you need in terms of income for your own survival, but what does the world need in terms of um, help to make the world better. And Howard Thurman, who we talked about, who ran the Good Friday experiment, the minister there, he said he's got a famous quote attributed to him. He says, and this is exactly it to young people. He said, there's nothing particular that you should do, but find what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is people that have come alive and are passionate. So I would say that beware of this trap that you need vast resources, that you need all this stuff. I keep thinking of the super wealthy people in first class on the Titanic. Mm-hmm. As the Titanic is sinking, their money's not going to help them. The Earth is like Titanic. We're sinking, we're destroying the planet, destroying the environment. So it's you need a certain amount of money to be comfortable, to not be at that edge of survival. Because once you're at that edge of survival, it's hard to think about anything else. But I'd say to young people, to the extent that you're able to do this, and again, student debt and all this kind of stuff is a big problem there too, but really just try to find this combination of what the world needs and what you need. The other thing to say to young people is life is a lot shorter than you think, and a 20-year plan is not really that long. So if it takes you 20 years to get in a position to do what you want to do, go for it. Have long-term plans. The other part that was so important for me to keep doing what I've been doing, basically now it's 49 years that I've sort of been devoting my life on psychedelics since I was 18. When I started, I didn't think it would ever work. I just thought, this is the only idea I have in this crazy world. This is what I want to work on. Luckily, I had support from my family that took care of my survival needs, so I could do that. But I realized that if my happiness was dependent upon accomplishments, that I might never be happy. Mm-hmm. That I was able to reframe happiness in terms of effort. So if I'm trying hard to get stuff to be better, whether it's better or not, I can be happy at the end of each day. I tried. Mm-hmm. And so I think you try to separate out the goals that you have and your happiness to whether you're trying hard. The other thing I would say is that everybody has this humanity within them. So be very careful about dividing the world into us and them. And try to. So one of the things that I've done that has taken a long time, because I feel like drugs are illegal. I always felt like the police were the predator and I'm the prey.
Yes.
But now we're working with the police, and the police have tremendous trauma from the work that they do. Yeah. We have one police officer who is now he's a full-time police officer. He's also a psychotherapist. Mm-hmm. And he's going through our training program to learn how to give MDMA therapy to other police officers. And I met his police chief a couple times. He got permission from his police chief to go to the second part of our training program, which is where we give MDMA to therapists who volunteer as a patient. Mm-hmm. So we have just a couple weeks ago dosed the police with MDMA.
Yeah.
And so I think this idea of those people that are on the, quote, other side,
Yeah.
Try to see through that to their humanity, to what their pains and suffering, what their struggles are, to the extent that you can. And that, I think, and build long-term relationships. You never know what's going to come around 20 years from now. So you help some people try to keep these relationships going. 20 years from now, something could come. And also be persistent.
Yeah.
I think that's been the key to success. I mean, once the FDA or DEA figured out we're not going anywhere, they're going to have to deal with us, then we started getting some progress.
It's a mix of patience and stubbornness that gets things done.